Let's get some reaction. Bring in HQ NBA analyst James Herbert. And James, I mentioned the fact that the Lakers were down by as many as 21, but the Nuggets hold them off in the end. Your impressions of Nikola Jokic's performance in Game 1?
Yeah, for most of this game, he looked like the best player in the world. He was dominant right from the opening tip. He was doing it in multiple ways. He was scoring at will, just one-on-one against Anthony Davis, who might be the best defensive player on the planet. He was creating shots for his teammates. The guy had a historic 15-15 line in the first half, had a triple-double at the end of the third quarter. The only time the Lakers started to kind of slow him down was in the fourth, and they did that by not having AD on Jokic. They changed up their defensive look. They had the same approach they kind of had against the Warriors, where they had AD cheating off of, at first it was Jeff Green, then it was Aaron Gordon, just kind of roaming. And they used Rui Hachimura against Nikola Jokic. It's not that Rui can just stop Nikola Jokic one-on-one, but it just allowed the Lakers' help defense behind Hachimura to be better than it would have been otherwise. Now the Nuggets have a couple of days to look at that film, figure out how they want to attack it. But overall, I mean, Jokic just made good decision after good decision after good decision in this game.
Yeah. He makes you pay when you try to double him, that's for sure. He had 16 rebounds by the break, had a beefy triple-double by 3 quarters, 31, 19, and 12. Now, the Lakers, as I mentioned, were down by as many as 21, but they figured some things out, outscored them 34-26 in the fourth quarter, got it within 3 on several occasions. I know there's no moral victories, but do you suppose the Lakers might have figured some things out that will help them moving forward?
Yeah, this is about as close as you can get to a moral victory this time of year. I think the Lakers have to be happy with how they performed offensively in the second half, and then defensively as well. I think you will definitely see more of AD not on Nikola Jokic in Game 2. We'll see how Darvin Ham kind of changes up the rotation to facilitate more of that, but I think that simply worked too well for them to not give it another look. And then you saw the Lakers really imposing their physicality against the Nuggets. They got to the free throw line a ton in the second half. That was a lot of how they got back into the game. When you get to the line, that helps you get easy points. That also allows you to set your defense on the other end. And I thought that took Denver out of its offensive rhythm as much as anything else. So the Lakers formula, I think, going in was they have to kind of muck the game up. They need to get to the line. They need to score in transition, and they did that in the second half of this game.
Yeah, awfully interesting. You mentioned the free throws. Anthony Davis was 11 of 11 from the charity stripe in a 40-point, 10-rebound game. LeBron, 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. So the Lakers' 2 stars did perform. We mentioned Jokic, but Jamal Murray as well. 31 points in this game. He was kind of up and down in the last series. Some games spectacular, some games off with the shot. How critical is it for Denver to win this series, to have him there neck and neck with the Joker the rest of this series?
Oh, it's imperative that Jamal Murray is playing at an all-star level on offense for the Nuggets to kind of be who they are. Like that Jokic-Murray two-man game is kind of the heart of their offense. That facilitates offense for not just them, but other guys cutting off of that. Shooters getting open looks off of that. There's no team in the NBA that has solved that particular action, and part of that is because these are both extremely creative players. I mean, Jokic and Murray both hit some wild, difficult shots in this game, but like nothing we haven't seen before, though. I thought you would have no idea that Murray was playing through a difficult ear infection that had him listed as questionable coming into this game. I thought he looked great, particularly on offense, particularly in the first half. The only sort of question mark I think with him going forward is what they want to do with him defensively. One thing the Lakers did over and over and over again was target him on defense. LeBron was calling him up into the pick and roll, and Denver was giving up that switch for most of the game. It wasn't until very late that they started trying to do the show and recover thing with Murray, and I think you'll see more of that in Game 2.
Yeah, LeBron was overpowering him on a few occasions. I want to mention Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, KCP, the former Laker, critical in this game, 21 points for the Denver Nuggets in the win. But James, as you watch this game unfold, did you get kind of a blueprint or ideas on how you think the rest of the series will play out?
I think we saw some strategic shifts in the game that showed us kind of what each team's formula will be, I think more so you saw the Lakers kind of figure some things out, right? Like you saw them change the way they approached Jokic on the defensive end. You saw them looking to involve Murray in more actions when the Lakers had the ball, and you saw them go with completely different lineups. Like I think that look that they showed at the end of the game, that bigger lineup with Hachimura, LeBron, and AD in the front court, I think they really liked that. Rui had a great game on both ends. It wasn't just the effort that he showed, like using his strength to kind of, battle Jokic as well as he could. He made a bunch of big shots, and we've seen that from him a lot during these playoffs. So I think that is one storyline to kind of follow, is just sort of the lineups and how the Lakers kind of go with that going forward. And on Denver's end, I think, they have to feel really good about the outcome, but I think there's a lot of stuff for them to kind of see in the second half over the next couple of days to figure out, all right, we might need to do a couple of things differently next game.
He's CBS Sports NBA analyst James Herbert. James, we appreciate the insight.
Thank you.
On the heels of the Nuggets' Game 1 win in the Western Conference Finals, Nikola Jokic, the beefy triple-double. This is what the schedule looks like. Eastern Conference Game 1 gets underway. Heat Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals for a second straight season. Boston there with home court. Jason Tatum, that 51-point Game 7 against the Sixers. And you can see Western Conference Finals resume Thursday, a mile high. Meantime, Lakers coach Darvin Ham on the heels of his team's close Game 1 loss.